Hey guys, and welcome to the High Vibe channel. My name is Nell, and I'm your astrologer. And today, I'm doing this like I got my glasses on, y'all. Listen, we getting these videos done today. All right. Today we're going to be talking about rising signs. We're going to be talking about the Leo rising, and I should have known better than to come on here without my hair coiffed and ready, okay? Because Leos do rule over, you know what I'm saying, the hairstyle and everything. Let me stop. But I'm super excited to come to you today. This series is the third installment on the channel. We've already gone through sun signs. We've already gone through moon signs. So if you're curious about your breakdown for your sun or moon placement, or the sun and moon placement of your loved one or a celebrity, or just for shits and giggles, go on over there and check out those videos. There's some really good discourse going on in the comment section. So make sure you connect with somebody and kind of just give your 2 cents about what you think. If I left something out, let it be known. And I just love the community that we're building over there. I hate how my bang is acted today, though, y'all. I'm just be really for real with you guys. Really for real. But anyways, so we're going to talk about you guys' rising sign today and the chart outlay, your chart outline. Woo! Okay, we're going to get through this video. All right. So the Leo rising, first of all, let's talk about why rising signs. The rising sign gives us insight into the outline of your chart or the layout of your chart. The rising sign represents where the horizon was at your time of birth, and so it's always going to occupy the first house of your chart. I've shown every other sign, so I'm going to show y'all too. This is the zodiac wheel. The zodiac wheel is comprised of a circle, 360 degrees. It's separated into 12 30-degree sectors. These sectors are called houses. Houses all represent different parts of human psychology, life, the human condition, the human experience, okay? And so for you guys, Leo is occupying that first house. Based on that tells you where all the other signs are. And then, of course, your planets are sprawled all on here, however they were upon the time of your birth. And that can give us some insight into not only your personality, the outlay of society upon your time of birth, so like the energies that are at bay and at play during your time of existence, as well as there's things called outer planets, which kind of talk about generational trends and tendencies and, how do I want to put it, lessons is really what I'm thinking. But also you have your personal planets, which talk about your personality, the things that might be available to you in your life. And so based on where those planets are, the relationships that they have with each other, based on how they're distanced, it can give us a really good indication of what energies are available to you. Now, I like to make the connection that zodiac wheels are like clocks, and they're also like maps. It's like a map clock. It's the key that God gave us in order to connect this time-space continuum that we're on, like literally. And so with that being said, it really helps us as astrologers to understand not only, like if it were a map, certain planets might be landmarks. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, all right, here's where you would go when it's time to make your money. Here's the landmark that you need to focus on when it's time to focus on love or children or whatever. And it also tells us what time it is. It can really help us to give you more insight into when you should make certain actions, when you should kind of pull back and do a little bit more reflective. This shirt is a damn belly shirt. Anyways, hot girl. But yeah, so it helps us to give you that insight. Now, I've told every other sign, we at almost 4 minutes right now. I'm trying to keep these videos short because I really want to get them all done in a timely manner, get them all out to you guys so that you can have it, so that we can start the discussions, right? However, and if you do want a full in-depth breakdown of your chart, there's a link below that you can schedule a personal reading with me, because I would be able to read all of your personal aspects to give you more insight on how this affects you, right? But this is just going to be a brief overview. We're going to go over the most prominent axis in your chart, which is the first house, fourth house, seventh house, and 10th house, to just give you a little bit of flavor of what the Leo rising is going to be like. But this is not going to be like an end-all be-all description for all Leo risings. It could never, okay? However, I am interested in doing a more extended series where we can talk about each individual house in the chart. You feel me? So that way you can do a little bit more self-work. If you're not ready or in a financial position to book a reading, you can learn a little bit more of what it is that you've got going on. And I love when people come to me with knowledge already when they get their readings, because it makes it so that our time can be spent Less with me explaining what everything is, more of us actually delving into the energy of what it is. Because I'm a teacher at heart. So if you don't know something, I'm going to stop and explain it to you. Okay. So educate yourself so your reading can be more robust. Your money can be more, it can be more of an investment. You understand what I'm saying? Because millionaires don't have astrologers. Billionaires do, though. Billionaires definitely do. This hair, like the curl is just not curling for me today. What gives? How disrespectful of me in the Leo rising video. Like, she's thinning. Let me stop. All right. So, I've got my notes. If you know me, you know I come with some notes that I've written. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, Leo, occupying your first house. As a fixed sign, lets me know that your chart has has a fixed modality. What does that mean? I could go into all the modalities, but if you're interested in another sign's modality, go watch that sign's video, period. All right, so now that we're here and we're talking about your modality, what does that mean, Nell? What is a fixed modality? That means that the way that your energy is perceived in the world, is exhibited and exuded into the world, is of a very fixed nature. Now, the signs that are on your cross, your cardinal cross, and not cardinal cross, but on your cross, are Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. All get a rap for being stubborn. Like, literally, if you go read the most generic horoscope, it's going to say, oh, you're stubborn nature, this is that. Okay. It's because they're fixed. It's not because they're stubborn. It's because when they get something in their mind, good luck detouring that determination. I tend to be a fixed sign person with my sun in Aquarius, so I completely understand. It's like when I get an idea about something, ever since I was small, it could be like, you know, you get a toy and you don't have batteries and you're like, I gotta find batteries in the house. I remember being so like ready to play with whatever it is I'm trying to play with. I would like go to the neighbor's house. I would go and look in old boxes to try to find the cords to the shit that I needed, or just whatever it is that you set your mind on, you're gonna go for it. Now the thing about Leo is y'all tend to be a little bit more, y'all are probably the most lackadaisical fixed sign of the troop. So I say this to say y'all are like that. Y'all are extremely determined, but with shit that tickles your fancy. Like, it's a very picky determination. It's not going to apply to everything. A lot of times Leo risings in school, like, I don't give a fuck what the parent tries to put in front of the child. It's not going to be enough to motivate them. Like, another person can't necessarily motivate you the way that you can motivate yourself, because they don't understand your wants, needs, desires the way that you understand your wants, needs, desires. And if they do, you absolutely are in love with that person, and like, you hold them so close, you never want to let them go, which is really cute. Y'all tend to make really good long-term friends. But a lot of times, again, it's just my anecdotal knowledge, my, you know, what I've observed, the pleasure-seeking ways of the Leo rising can sometimes be their greatest downfall. And so y'all do tend to attract enablers a lot of times in life. So I'm just going to put that out there. Now, I'll be intuitively reading and actually going off of my knowledge. So that's just something that God kind of told me to present to y'all. But I do want to go back to the beginning a little bit and talk about what the rising sign is. It's your personality. It's how people see you. It's your first introduction into the world. It's your, if your whole chart is a house, the rising sign would be the front door or the landscape. It's like the way that it looks, the first, perception that people get of you. And so, yeah, flamboyant, super picky, super like, I pick my fruit out, Nicki Minaj head ass. Like, I'm going to call the shots, super directive by nature. They're the most directive fixed sign, if you ask me. Scorpios be trying to direct people too, but they be trying to manipulate you into them directing you. They're not gonna outrightly do it. A Leo will just outrightly do it and be like, girl, you don't know what the fuck going on, come on, you know. And so again, that enabler, that codependent, I keep getting drawn to that. But let me get back to my notes. Just watch out for that codependency. Because people do see you as so fierce and so dynamic that they're like, oh, I can gain a level of protection being in the warmth of this person's sun. Leo is ruled by the sun. And so it gives people a sense of comfort, of warmth. Like it brings people life. It invigorates people. They might not feel like they living life right without you in their life. Like for real, you light up the room. Do you hear me? Some people might be irritated by that light, and so you do tend to make an enemy or two here or there. A lot of times, it's friends turn to enemies because people want to compete with you until they realize there is no competing with you. You got it. You got it. You got it, girl. You got it, girl. Anyways, so yeah, you guys are also protectors because y'all are very emotionally in tune. People don't give y'all enough credit for that, but you don't like to wear your emotions necessarily on your sleeve. You guys like to go at things with a certain level of internal strength that other people absolutely pick up on. If they can't beat you, they're going to join you. You hear me? And so they can't always put a finger on what makes you so strong, but it's your pride. It's that Leo pride. It's that Leo determination. It's the self-sufficient, independent nature of the Leo that attracts their tribe. And so although they are very independent people, you never really catch them alone. They tend to travel in packs. And it's because for whatever reason, Leo risings tend to have like some sort of emotional upheaval in the home life, in the early childhood. Y'all really learn how to sort of fight for your right in your childhood. We're going to get into that with the next house that we go into. But, oh shit, this is out of order. That's why I'm like, my notes not making sense. Okay, so yeah, first house, charismatic, bold, naturally attention grabbing, exudes warmth, creativity, and confidence. The confidence is why people are mostly attracted to you, because it's like, I want whatever she's on. Whatever's got her shining and glowing and flowing and doing her the way that she's doing it with no qualms. Walking into a room with the floor-length fur with the big old hair, not worried, without a care, honey, I want some of that, okay? So just watch out for people who tend to attach themselves to you or monitor you just to figure you out, period. That fourth house, which is the home life, it indicates how our mental is set up, how our psychology is via early childhood experiences, how we've been parented, and how we turn around and then parent others, as well as just how our mind works, right? It's how we process things. It's how you are when no one's looking, when you're alone. So the only people that are allowed behind the veil get to see this part of you, but it informs why you do the things that you do, right? Based on your experiences. And so that is in Scorpio. So this is where the childhood can be a little bit tumultuous. You do have to learn how to fight. A lot of times it can be a little bit of a psychological war that you're fighting. It's not anything that's on the outside. All of your needs are met. You know, you have a good family. You come from a well-to-do family, but there are certain generational traumas that you're here to help break. There are certain things that you will have to go through in life that are less than savory, that will help build that confidence that you have. It's like, because you might have witnessed your mother go through, man, this is crazy. You might have witnessed your mother go through certain psychological deaths and rebirths in order to really refine the spirit, refine the bloodline in a way that is harmful, but it's also very helpful. Like when you put the peroxide on the cut, it hurts. It feels harmful. It feels like pain. You got the cut in the first place. It feels like pain. But once you're able to heal and you realize, oh, I'm self-healing. So no matter what hurts me, whether it's me hurting me, somebody that I brought into my space hurting me, a condition or circumstance hurting me, or the world at large, I know how to overcome that shit because I've done it before. Home life may have been intense, emotional, or transformative. So you could have been experienced rags to riches in your childhood, which will also help you to understand, like, you can get yourself out of whatever hole life throws you in. You grew up learning resilience and strength a lot of times from the mother or from the mother figure or the familial circumstances. You could be on your own with this as well, like, but there's going to be some sort of trauma to do with the mother and with the upbringing. It might be her fault. It might not be her fault. You understand what I'm saying? But regardless, y'all learn how to get out of it together, or you're able to witness it or you know, just bear witness to that testimony. And so it helps you to feel strong knowing that where you come from, somebody got themselves into a fucked up situation and got out of it. And so if they did, then you know that you can, okay? And family dynamics may have involved power struggles or deep emotional bonds. A lot of times that's where the trauma kind of comes in. Codependency, trauma, power struggles, dynamics, because and you're going to pick up on that shit. And people are going to realize that you're the boss baby. Like, you've come in to sort of smooth certain shit out and be like, listen, enough of this nonsense, because fuck a power struggle when it comes to you. You are, like I said, boss baby, you are the powerful party. Like, you embody that power. So if there's a, say your mother had to endure an abusive partner, that's your father. He might have been able to pull certain shit on your mother, and she might have taken it at first. And since she, she shows you certain shit, whether she comes out of it or not, she's resilient in that, right? And so it allows you to have the strength to be like, hell no, not in my house, not in my life. The fuck? You're not gonna do me like he did her, and I'm not gonna allow anybody to do me how you did her. You understand? All right. Seventh house, which, I try to make these videos short, but it's gonna go over a little bit. It's okay. Seventh house is in Aquarius for you. This is where having that mental resilience is really gonna come into play, because, all right, seventh house is not only partnerships, so it's the people that you attract. It's also how you are in partnerships. It's the type of partner that you are. I just explained to the last to Cancer video, there's high vibrational and low vibrational versions of each sign. It's up to you to take that rising sign and become the most high vibrational version of it. And you do that by going through the zodiac wheel and understanding where each sign rules over each part of your house, right? So right now we're talking about relationships. Okay, Aquarius means that you're going to attract some pretty weird motherfuckers, some dynamic people, some people who might be mismatched to you from the outside looking in. They could come from different cultures. It could be long distance relationships, like long-term long distance, like marriage, like Cheryl Lee Ralph was talking about. I have my own house and my husband has his own, and I have my own life and my husband has his own life. It could very much give that. It could give age difference. It could give cultural difference. It could be y'all both are from the same town, but one family is really racist and one family is really liberal, and you gotta have to find the median within that. And like, it looks like it'll never work, but it actually does. It's futuristic even. It's giving people hope into what the future can look like. I say all that to say, this is also the person that you are in relationships. So you've got to be with somebody who will allow you to let your freak flag fly. Okay? You got to be in touch with yourself, to know yourself, to be able to sustain a relationship. Period. I don't give a fuck who you get with. Now, the person that you get with more than likely will exhibit those weird traits as well. It might be a point of connectivity for you all. It might be that they are able to hold space for your freak flag, or that they let their freak flag fly and y'all are like, oh, let's put them up together. However, there is this unexpected nature to the way that partnership happens for you. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is a sign of fast, unexpected change. Okay? And so it might not always be about change in time, but change from the ideal, right? So a person might expect you might look like a beauty queen and be a supermodel type, and you're dating somebody with a bunch of tattoos. It's like, how did y'all get together? But it fucking works. It's like the perfect peanut butter and jelly mashup. But again, you want to make sure that you're evolved and the person that you're with is evolved, so that it doesn't turn into one of those toxic I told you so moments for society to be like, we told you you didn't belong with that person. Duh, look at how you guys have done X, Y, and Z. And that would piss you off. But I say all that to say that resilience that you've built in your mind and in the way that you exude your energy to the world helps you to have the confidence to sustain these mismatched partnerships and relationships. It makes it so that you can go up against anybody and defend your partnership, and not even defend it, but just walk with your head held high, inspire your partner to not be ashamed of whatever the unexpected element of the dynamic is. It really helps you to be able to like hold that and sustain that and be proud of that and like allow that thing to flourish, which it can take you really, really far too. if you get yourself out of your comfort zone, because people tend to try to put you in boxes because of your looks, because of your energy, whatever. They think they got you figured out, but it's like, no, you define you. Keep that part at the forefront. All right. Last house that we're going to talk about is the 10th house. 10th house for you guys is in Taurus. And so again, it speaks of that steadfastness, right? Whoever it is that you decide you want to be, whatever identity that you decide you're going to take on, however you feel the most comfortable within yourself, it's going to show that in that stubborn nature, or in the nature of, it will help make a name for you. I'll say that. 10th house is all about how people see us, society, status quo. It sits at the height of our chart, so it talks about our most visible aspects of our personality. So it's like reputation. Okay. Now, that doesn't always mean that it's the person that you are. 4th house will be the person that you are. Only people that really know you know the shit that you've been through. But people on the outside see this very put together, ironclad, very grounded in themselves individual. Their relationship might look a little bit different. You might not understand how that works. The way their personality comes out might be a little bit flamboyant or exuberant or what have you. But somehow all of these energies meld together to put you in a place to be so secure within yourself that you become known for the person that you are. You guys become known for being dependable. Like when they say you can trust a snake to be a snake, you can trust a Leo rising to be a Leo rising, honey. They're going to put on, they're going to show up, they're going to show out, they're going to perform. And it's not always performative, but who they are is just the world, all the world's the stage and all the people but players. I don't know if that, y'all know what I'm talking about. And so, yeah, you guys become known for being dependable in that. Very creative, extremely creative, and resourceful, because that Aquarius, also the partnership aspect. I told you it's not only the partners you attract, but it's how you are as a partner. Aquarius energy can be very dynamic, forward thinking, and creative in that they are creating worlds and ideals out of materials that have not yet been made. And so they have to be very resourceful in finding materials. So Aquarius rules over the internet. So again, you could be a really good asset to whatever company you're working for, whatever partnerships you're striking business-wise as well, to be just like innovative as fuck. And people can rely on that innovative quality within you, because at 4th house, whenever things look like they're stacked against you, it almost puts a battery in your back to be like, you know what? I'm getting ready to power through. And it's so beautiful to watch you guys do this. Now, it can be a little bit exhausting because, like Taurus, even though they're dependable, a lot of times they wait till the 11th hour to do things, or like to present what they're doing. They tend to kind of be a little bit more reserved and held back within themselves until the thing is ready, or until they've got it figured out. They've got a routine about it. But nonetheless, you do the work, you're going to be able to create a very dependable, creative career, very likely. And you become publicly admired for your ability to blend stability with artistry. So again, we have a lot of actors and actresses that are Leo risings. It's like, you tell your parents, I want to be an actor. And they're like, that is not a sustainable career. And then you have Denzel Washington. I don't know what his rising sign is, but there are people who've done it. You see what I'm saying? Who can create stability out of that profession through their innovation, through the way that they audition, the way that they network, their persistence. I was just watching Eric Benet, like a singer who was married to Halle Berry. Like, the thing that separates the people who, are successful creatives versus the people who end up giving up or, hide under a rock is persistence. So again, that Taurus midheaven, the Taurus 10th house, is giving you the ability to keep going for your dreams. You're going to keep knocking at the door, keep knocking at the door, keep knocking at the door until you get it. So yeah, people tend to associate you with the art. You're stable in the art, even if you're not. You look like you are. I'm sorry, I have to write something down. I'm trying to multitask. But yes, thank you guys so much. That was so rude of me to do that in the middle of you guys' video, but I had to. And I love you guys so much. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with anybody that you want to just know you a little bit better. Because I feel like sometimes Leo placements in general get a bad rap for just like, oh, you guys just want attention. Okay, fuck all that. Who are you as a person? And what goes into creating that persona about you. I think that it's that you guys deserve our attention. You're here to garner our attention in order to call us to different creative things and to embody strength and to embody a journey sometimes. You know what I mean? It is performative. It is, there's a reason we have heroes and villains. You get what I'm saying? And you guys definitely play your role as it pertains to like the grand stage of things. And I think that we can learn a lot from Leos. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. As I stated, if you'd like a personal reading from me, you can go down to the link below and purchase a personal reading where we'll get on Zoom and talk one-on-one. I'm also really looking forward to doing a series where we take a little bit more in-depth dive into each of the houses. Today was but a snapshot. If we were to dive into each of the houses, we'd be here for an hour 30. I'm not going to do that to you guys now, but when that does come out, I'll make the announcement so that you guys can go to whatever platform I'm going to host that on. And I just really love and appreciate you guys for spending some time with me today. So until next time, peace.